Hello and welcome, fellow humans, to Bifington's YouTube channel and continuation of our Let's Play, the Direwolf20 1.20 mod pack. And today we're going to finally automate the acquiring of Nether Stars. And I'm not doing it by the usual process using industrial foregoing and the Nether builder and all that stuff. It's a very simple way to do it, but you've got to go through and get pink slime, and then you've got to get, I think you've got to get ether gas. Which you can get there. I can't quite remember, but it's all doable. Just I've done it before, and this time I've decided to do something a little bit different, and I've already tested this. The new approach is to test it in a tester world in creative and play with everything and see how things work. And so I've got a system that's working. I hope I can get it to work in the survival conditions, and we'll see how that goes. And we're going to use the Pedestals mod to build the wither, and we're going to use the modular force field mod to kill the wither, which has been done before, and that's been done for decades, probably. But the difference is that a video has been made on how to use that mod for quite some time, and it's changed a bit. So it took a bit of learning to figure that out, and hopefully I'll relay some information to you that's useful. I don't know, or it's entertaining. So let's get started. As I did in the past, let's go in here and look in this chest. Everything we need, as far as I can remember, to make this wither builder and wither farm, I guess, is in this chest. We have all the stuff here for the pedestals, which is a mod that's kind of hard to figure out. It's kind of got a different environment to it, and you've got to get used to it. And I just gotta state that you have all these different kinds of tools, and a special note here is that this tool is from Modular. It's one of those library mods that is required for pedestals, and you'll see that it has some necessary things in there. This work card location. You can't do this. You can't use a placer to build something without that location card. So it took me some time to figure that out, and has been figured out. And to make this thing, you have to make a tool for work cards, which is made by right-clicking in the air, a tool for filters, which is crafted by right-clicking in the air, a tool for swappers, which is made by crafting by right-clicking in the air, an upgrade tool, which is made this way. So some type of rod, either iron or some kind of rod, and a gold ingot in your offhand, and a rod of some kind, a blaze rod, will work in your main hand, and right-click that on a bookshelf, and you'll get the upgrade tool. But how else can you do it? You also can get it from this tool item blocks tags. I don't think I have that. That sounds recursive, actually. It goes back from that. It is recursive. You get it from the tool work card, so you can't make it that way. That's not going to happen. So it's got some different things about it. First of all, it's got some necessary things in a different mod name, and then it's got these various tools that you need to use to do things, and the way you make them is different. And the other thing is, when you want to link two of the pedestals together, you need to use the linking tool right here. Right here, this one right here is linking tool, and you just shift right-click the linking tool on the destination first, and then you shift right-click the source second. So that's another little thing there. And I think you can invert these so they will work as you would normally expect them from tools that we use all the time. So in this case, I'm just going to pick up the entire chest using our handy sack of holding and bring that over to this. Yeah, it looks like this one. Or is this the one with the chicken part? No, this is the wither one. Good grief. Okay, so we're in the wither one. Let's put their chest down right here. And it's kept its rotation from the overworld, so we just need to use this tool from supplementaries to rotate it so it's positioned correctly. And we got all our stuff. I'm going to start with dirt. I think that's the way to start, is with dirt. So I know we need a wither. Let's assume we're making the wither in the dead center here. And I can't right-click that block, although it'll get us out of this hyperbox. Here's the wither. Another block. Yeah. There's the wither. And we're going to make a containment field using the modular force fields around it that will kill it. And you have to put a special card in there to tell that it's going to be killed. And if you ever had problems with this, it's because if you ever try to build a wither in a containment field and won't spawn, it's because it's too. You need one block of free space around it from both sides and front and back and above it. It can be right in the bottom. So you can't have anything in this area here. It should be air all around it and top and bottom. So that should work. Yeah. So that means if that's air, all the way out to here means our force field needs to come here. That's right. And it should come here. That's right. And then the next one should be here. To here, not there. No, that was the right spot. It needs this spot. And it should be 5 this way. 1, 2, 3, 5. 5. Yeah, 5 this way. And it should be 7 this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. So that's the wither and the wither enclosure. And we're going to put down, I am going to put down the force field first. I think that's probably a safer way to start. Okay, so this is the force field right here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I give it a gap right here and put it right here. So first block to put down is the, what is it? This cohesion driver. And need a flux connection here. Flux point. And let's get that on the network. Bifington's network, and just let it go crazy on that thing. All right, we don't have any power coming in because it has all these blocks have redstone control. So you need to click this button up here to give it a switch to turn it on and off. And it's like, yeah, you need to do that. We need some lapis in here. That increases the rate at which things will transfer. I wonder if we'll use blocks. That would be probably handy. And you see how that turned from red to blue. And that means the blue means it has power now and it's able to do its things. Can you do that? No. All right, so that will allow it to transfer things faster. And then we need another speed upgrades in here that also allows it to, I think it's a higher, oh boy. Let's see what, I have to read the instruction manual now. I can't remember what exactly that does. Here's the one, force field handbook. You can hold shift and bring up the page of the thing that you need. Okay, the cohesion driver's ability to generate Fortran can be amplified using lapis lazuli or nether quartz. For this, place it in the slot with a slot next to the arrow. This should increase the Fortran output by about 20 times. And from my testing, it seems like that's really necessary. So we get speed upgrades. You can transfer power faster. Let's get some speed upgrades. I've got those speed modules. Let's make a bunch of those speed modules. It's got to make all kinds of parts and bits and pieces. Auto crafting just makes this stuff so necessary. So that's really maxed out right there. As far as you can go for this cohesion driver. And right now it's in derive, and so it's going to take power and make Fortran, but you can take Fortran, you can make it so it takes Fortran, and make FE if you change that around. I don't want to click that box. And the frequency here is just 0. You can set it to whatever you want. And it's on redstone off. It's got redstone activation. You can use a lever as well. Let's see if I can get that back. Using our handy thing. Let's see if this works in this. I might totally destroy it. Some blocks this does bad things too. So the main reason to do that is everything is still inside. Gives us a little bit of room, and it allows us to put our flux point fully in the top. You happy with that? Yeah, it looks like it's happy with that. Okay, so it gives us a little more room here. Next thing is the capacitor. And it should link to that. Oh, it has to have the redstone turned on. Frequency here is 0. I don't know. What does that button do? I know it's always like that, so I didn't change anything. I don't know why it's like that. Let's go ahead and turn that on, and they should link. If that's turned on, you can see power is transmitting wirelessly between the two. Yeah, it's got a lot of power. It's going to take a while for that to get up to full power. We can look at this thing as well. how that's made. Everything needs a battery in it. So you can put a scale module so it has a bigger wireless range. Speed module allows the capacitor to transfer Fortran to and from machines more quickly. So capacity module would be very handy because this mod uses a lot of power. So let's see what we can do for speed. Let's take 2 more of these. Did I put another? Yeah, no. Now capacity. I don't think I have that in here. Capacity modules. Stack -2. Start. What does that do? Oh, that gives us a lot more energy in there. Excellent. Okay. That looks good. Anyway, the range is 15 blocks. So that's more than enough. This thing is only a 13 by 13, so we have plenty of room in here. All right, let's get this next piece down, which is the biomatic identifier. It needs power as well. And we've got this identification card. You need to shift, right-click that, to set it to yourself. Set it to Bifington. Put that in there, and just give yourself all of the permissions to do everything. You've got all the permission. You can enter into the force field. Otherwise, it kicks you out. Basically, you need a shift to get in. I think that is. So this is allows the player to use the remote control. Okay, good. Allows the player to use the remote control defensive region. Okay. Player to use the remote control. Some of these are just, you can't read it. It wasn't. It's like the same thing again. It's all about remote control, but it allows you to put blocks down, which is pretty handy. Turn that thing on. There's no redstone control for this. It's just always on. So let's do this next bit here. And it needs a lot of speed upgrades in there. And we're going to make a cube. And it's ready to make one. And what's happening here now? It's going to make a cube. We want it translation module. And so we put these translation modules here, hold shift. It translates the field away, displacing it away from its origin, which is, I gotta turn it on. So there it is. We're making one somewhere. Where is it? Right there, maybe? Where is it? I don't know where it's doing it, but anyway. So we got 2 for north. We got 2 each for north, up, west, east, and south. And we're facing south here. So maybe I should have put it the other way so it's facing the way it coincided with this. But anyway, it needs to go, it doesn't need to go up. It needs to go south here a bit. Let's make it go south. Translation module. 3 in there. It takes more energy if you translate it. That's unfortunate. There it is. You can see it there now. It was over the thing in the beginning. So translate it over here. It needs to be south. At least 1 more. That's here, south. Yeah, but it needs to be translated. Translated. There you go. So that's right. That's all in there. Very good. And it needs to go east 1. It needs to be a bigger one. Okay. East is this way, and that one. It's this way, east. And it needs 1 more. Alright, so that's kind of the way that works, that you need to kind of look at the shape, then use your either make the force field bigger or move it around with your to make it bigger, the scale module, or move it around with translation modules. And those do cost energy. I'm up to 620 right now. So let's make it go down, let's go up 1. Up 1 more. And actually, let's make it go down 1. Not quite. Oh, not quite. I think the bottom looks good, yeah. Whoa! I can't fly. I can't. Oh, that's really annoying. I don't understand what happened there. Why did it kill me? Makes no sense. So I have permission here, don't I? Allows the player to walk through and bypass the force field. That's me. Don't go in there. All right, so I can see the bottom is open. It just needs to go up one to make sure that that gap is open as well. Be handy. Here. Did that work out? Looks like it did. Still see the floor in there. All right, so it looks like the final, the final shape that we need with something like this. So will cause the interdiction matrix to kill all hostile mobs. I'm not a hostile mob. Why did it kill me? I don't understand. Anyway, it took that out. I can go in and out. Even though I have permissions over here are all set. This is full power. Everything's on. Maybe that needs a lever. That button doesn't seem to work. I do realize this is 1.20, so there could be some work in progress going on. I don't know if that's working out. Anyway, it doesn't kill me now. It does give you nausea and slowness. And it did kill me! Oh, because I stopped holding shift. I have to hold shift in there, otherwise it will kill me. Do not click that grave when you're in creative mode, because you'll just destroy it and lose everything. I've done that before. It's not fun. Okay, that's the second death from this machine. So if I don't hold shift, my permissions evaporate. All right, let's start that again. Okay, so when you first build the force field, it's 1 block wide, but 1 block total size, and it seems to be centered on the force field projector itself. And you need to use scale modules to make that force field bigger, and you need to use translation modules to move it around. And so, if I turn this back on, I do have permission set that allows me to go in there, but it's only when I'm holding shift. If I don't hold shift, it kills me instantly. So this is a really fast death. And so, if I go back here and take out, like this is the going north, which is this direction. I don't want to do that one. I don't want that force field close to me. Let's try the south one. So this changed the scale. This changes the translation. Oh, you can. Oh. Well, north can move south as well if you're not paying attention. I'm feeling sorry for the editor right now. This is going to be a bad one. It's not supposed to be. I already did it. I already figured everything out. It's not supposed to be bad. The one thing we need to do is one of the things we need to do of the many is automate the placement of lapis in here, because it's so kind of centered, like right here somewhere. And shift right click that guy, and you need to go back to the overworld. Get out of this death box for a bit. You need to go over here to the transmitter and stick this card in there. Now it's linked. Hyperbox wither only. With the export in there. We want to export in there lapis. And there is no crafting of lapis in this current, unless I was using bees. Even then, you can't say you're going to craft lapis. You have to have it. Let's have some cable in here. That's the wrong flavor. No, that's the right flavor. It's very similar to Fluke's cable. Let's get this over here. And so this should be full of lapis forever now. All right, now all of the stuff for the pedestals needs to be put down. And we're going to start with the placers. And this is interesting, because this has to be done first. And we don't have a lot of room in here. So I'm going to run this from this side, I believe. So if I put this down here, this is an entity detector. And so this is necessary because the pedestals over here will try to put down blocks all the time. So if there's a wither in there and it's not dead yet, you know, it takes time for the wither to build up energy and then it explodes. The pedestals will be trying to place blocks. The explosion will break all the blocks, and those will just be picked up by the vacuum hopper and recycled and recycled. It's going to be a whole thing. So we need an entity detector in here, and it needs to be mobs. Let's see the area that it's detecting. It needs to be changed a bit. In the east direction, which is what? I don't know. It says X. Yeah, that's X. So it's going to detect a wither anywhere in here. It doesn't need to be so far in that other direction. I don't know if I can change that. I don't think I can, because there's not... You think there'd be 2 controls in here, but no, it doesn't really do that. Limit. Let's limit. Oh, 0. Now let's see now. There's 0 in there, right? So I put redstone here. There's no redstone signal. And if I take a zombie and place him in there, it should detect it. Right, now we got a redstone signal here of... He left the area. He's coming for me. I got a one with a backpack. When he's in the area, he's got a redstone signal of 15. When he's out of the area... Come over here, buddy. Oh, he went up 1. Let's see if he goes up on this block. Does it actually... Does he lose? Does he lose sight? It does! So, that's interesting. Let's pick that guy up. Test subject here. Make sure that we don't have a height restriction here. Alright, so let me see that again. Limit. So Y. Y range. Just make it big. It's not going to depict that, but our friendly neighborhood zombie, can I have that? Should be able to climb things, and it should be able to detect them. Yes, he's still detecting it, even though it climbed a block. You climb 2 blocks from me. How many blocks will you climb? Over here, buddy. This is the test of your skills. Get up here. There you go. Come on now. Come on. Climb up the blocks. I did it, yeah. There he was up to. It still works. Okay, great. Save you for later. Alright, so there's our player detector. It's a mob detector. It's any detector. It could be a player as well. Great. We're going to use laser IO. Go in here. I like to see the redstone signal. And let's put a redstone card in there. And that should be input, right? Input. So it's detected it. And now we can put our pedestals down over here. Yeah, it needs 2 blocks there. So I think they can go right here. It's kind of tight in this hyperbox. There we go. Anyway, they don't need power. It shows it doesn't have power, but it doesn't need power. So. And the way these work is a little bit different as well. To put the placer blocks in there, you need to put it in your offhand and right-click it on there. Missing work card. So that's the first hint that you need something else. You need to search for a work card. We have the work cards. Let's go ahead and do this first one. This is going to be soul sand. So that's going to be, let's get this off. It's going to be placing here, 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 and there. Okay. It has a glowy bits in there, so you can see them. If it wasn't like surrounded by other blocks, it would show the glowy bits, but it doesn't show them right now. And you just need to again right-click that in there. Now it's got a place where it's going to put them. All right. But it has no means. It has nothing coming in yet. That's the difference here. And if you put a chest of it under it or nearby it, full of stuff, it's going to ignore that. So it needs another pedestal to import the items from the chest and then to link to this pedestal, and it'll put the blocks in that manner. And so this one needs to be done the same kind of similar way. Right-click that on there. We need another work card, and that's going to put on the wither skulls here. Oh, there you see the glowy bits now. Let's see what that happened. Yeah, there it was. Put that on this one, and it's a bit slow the way it puts it down, and it puts them down simultaneously, and we don't want that to happen. So we want the soul sand to go down first, and then the skulls go on second, and we have a bit of time there. So you need a pulse lengthener here, pulse repeater, pulse repeater, pulse repeater. You need a pulse extender. Okay, we're back. I made a bit of a mistake here. I need a pulse extender. I had a pulse repeater there. There we go. And that should be on. Right-click and hold to adjust this 10 seconds. And so when I shut off the lever over here, no more redstone signal, it should continue for 10 seconds. And that will prevent the pedestal with the wither skulls from placing anything until the 10 seconds is up. And now I can place them. There, it's connected to that now, so that should be fine. And these are all still connected. Yeah. All right, so now we've got 10-second delay on this thing. We're just going to place its blocks. And of course, it'll place any block you give it, so it doesn't really matter. So we need another set of pedestals here. And I don't have them here. Need both these chests. Both importers. Not those. It's pedestals. So we need 2 chests here. And pedestals on top. I guess they could probably be next to them as well. It is kind of cramped in here. It's kind of cramming all this stuff in here. And now we need import modules. That's going to just import whatever's in the chest. Again, hit the F button to put things in your offhand. It's a way to set up on my keybinds, could be different in yours. And so then the next thing to do is link those together. And we can do that safely, I believe. Need the linking tool. And if you right-click the linking tool, it shows the range at which it can link to things. It's got a pretty good range. Shut that off again. And so we want to click the receiver first. So shift right-click the receiver. Receiver pedestal position has been saved. And then shift right-click this one. That has been linked to the sender. So this is going to send to here. And it'll place whatever blocks it gives it. And I'll do the same over here. Receiver. Sender. Okay, there we go. And that is pretty much the setup there, I believe. Anything else in the chest we need? Yeah, we need to set this up. Okay. And I'm going to put it right here. It's pretty explosion resistant, I think. And let's go down with items. All right, so it's pretty well set up. The one other thing we need to do is feed into the chests the things that we want. Now the question is, do we want to use refined storage to make Nether Stars on demand, or do we want to make, or do we want to just make a bunch of Nether Stars? This mod pack does not really need a lot of Nether Stars, so I'm going to make a stack of them. So it means we need soul sand, and we need 4 stacks to make a stack of Nether Stars. There's the bottom there. And we need 3 stacks of wither skulls. It kills very effectively. Let's put this thing back in. I don't even know if that's necessary. I'm not even sure if that's necessary, really. This shift. Kill all hostile mobs. Yeah, it's healing everything. So I did put speed upgrades in here previously. I don't know if that's really needed. Stack of these guys. It does increase the power consumption quite a bit. Alright, so turn that on. That is the correct shape. All my items are outside of it. It does seem to contain the explosion. Alright, so that looks good. Let's go ahead and remove all these items that I have here. Block placeholders. Alright, so that looks good. Shut off this thing. I'm nervous even standing in that area. See me. I guess that's why it's good. I think it would be good to have it someplace else walled in. You know, everything open like this. Okay, so this is ready to roll. As far as I can see, this 10 seconds is on the delay. Let's go ahead and turn that on. Do not walk in it. And then we can put our soul sand in here. Just make a stack of now, it's got it placed the soul sand in there quite nicely. It's got the shape. You can see the force field is below where that is. Can't break those blocks anyway. And now we can put the wither skulls in and see how this goes. Server saved just when this started. Let's see what happens. First explosion will tell the tale if this is working or not. Alright, all the blocks survived. And then we should have a 10-second delay before the wither skulls go on. There they are. That works out quite nice. And it's funny because the orientation of the wither skull is a bit odd. It doesn't matter what orientation you put on. You think it would be facing us where we're looking at it, but it doesn't. It faces some odd angle. Yeah, I didn't want to mess around with the making this so you can order Nether Stars and stuff like that, because my noodling skills on camera are pretty bad. Even when I've already done something, it takes me for a while to get things straightened out. There we go. I know it's a let's play, but I think the days of just having, not the days of, but you know, it needs to be edited and entertaining if people have expectations of entertainment. Alright, so it's going to make a stack of Nether Stars for us. Just want to bring the episode to a close. I did spend quite a bit of time noodling around trying to make that automated wither killer into something you can use as a auto crafting mechanism so that you can get Nether Stars on demand. Where recipe needed it, it would build a wither and kill it. That's what I would really like to have. And using that method, the hitch is that the wither skeleton skulls have to go down after the soul sand is in place, so it needs to be a delay there. And I didn't figure out an easy way to do that. I tried using an observer to see when that last bit of soul sand went down, but of course that observer would have to be inside of the cell, and so when, which did work one time, but when the wither explodes, it destroys it. And so I came up with a great idea to use a modular router to put the observer back down, and the modular router was in the wall of the cell, but it still didn't quite work because it also, the wither explosion also destroys things in the wall. So that doesn't work well. And so at this point, I don't know how to make that an auto-craftable wither killer. That kind of approach. And so I'll think about that in the meantime to see if I come up with a solution, that I'll let you know. But thank you. Okay, this is Future Bifington jumping back in here to say that I have found a way to make the system so that you can use the refined storage system, or you can use applied energistics as well, to make withers, to form a wither and to get a Nether Star on order, basically. And basically what I have over here is connected to this wireless network system from refined storage. We have a basic crafter, and the recipe in here is, yeah, just as you would expect, 3 wither skeleton skulls, 4 soul sand, and the important thing here is the crafter is set to redstone pulse inserts the next set. So you can order 10 Nether Stars, but it's only going to put in 1 set of these at a time. So 3 skulls and 4 sand for each time. And it's going to wait for that redstone signal to pulse, which happens after the wither is killed. I have this player mob detector over here. It emits a redstone signal when there's a mob in there. And when it goes off, then it puts the next set in. And to fix the problem with the soul sand and the skulls being placed at different times, way I did that, it's pretty simple here, because laser IO allows you to set the speed at which it withdraws items from a chest. So I put this at 10 seconds, which is 200 ticks. So we withdraw all of them at once, where the one for the soul sand is withdrawing all 4 soul sands, but doing it every 2 ticks. So it's, what is that, 100 times faster. And so you have to put in these card overclockers in order to get that to happen. And of course, this laser node over here is on the down, is emitting a strong signal, and that's connected over here to this laser node right there. So that's all that I had to do. I didn't need any other kind of things like I have over here set up that I was playing around with. And so now we can go in here, get into our system and say Nether Star, and I already have some, so I'm going to order some more. So I'm going to hold the Control and Shift key, and then either left or right click, and let's go for broke and order 10 of these things, and get that going. And so we'll get the soul sand in there, placing it down. If you look at this chest down here, it's got nothing in there. We put in the first set, but it doesn't have 30 wither skulls or 40 soul sand. So it's only going to put the next set in after this thing pulses. Let's see if it's already done it. It has not. So it's going to wait for that redstone signal over there to stop. That took a while to kill it for some reason. I'm not sure why. And there's the next set has already been put in. And of course, the soul sand has already been removed. They did it really fast. And it's just now removing the skulls, and it's a bit slow. So I wonder why that was a bit slower to kill things. It's the same as it was before. Here we go. Build up here. And I kind of cut this part out of the video, but the interdiction matrix is not needed for this setup. This is a kind of a separate system that you could use to control basically access, security, and mob presence in an area. So it's kind of like the way we use the mega candles, the mega torches now to keep mobs from spawning. You can keep mobs from spawning, or you can freeze them in place or kill them. Right now I have it in here, so it'll kill any hostile mobs. So that's having no effect on, I don't think having any effect on this process right now. So it's not needed. And I think that's it. I think we have Nether Stars on order now. And even though I've ordered 10 of them, it's not flooding the system with blocks. The whole redstone control system is working properly. So there you go. Fully automated and under redstone control. Under order. Maybe it's even better to say under order. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.